अंतर प्रेरणा, ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क, बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. Today also we have come with a new business opportunity for all of you. But before I introduce you with the brand, let me just run you through with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, I would request you to please type your questions into the Q&A box. We will take up all your questions post our presentation. So while we run you through with the presentation and the brand download, I would request you to keep sharing your queries and questions into the Q&A box to make this webinar more interactive. We see some of you raising your hand during the webinar. Please do not raise your hand and write your questions into the Q&A box. So I would like to welcome all our panelists who have joined us today. Our today's brand is Tress Lounge. This is North India's biggest salon chain with legacy of 21 years. This is a brainchild of Mr. Munish Bajaj. I'm so overwhelmed and it is my pleasure to host him today on this webinar. Mr. Munish Bajaj himself is here on this webinar today to tell you more about the brand and the services they have. Along with Mr. Munish Bajaj, we do have Mr. Vikas from Tress Lounge itself to explain you about the business opportunities. With them, we have Mr. Bhanu, who's heading this brand into the market from Franchise India, and Mr. Samath, who will be helping you into the understanding of commercials and investment. I would like to welcome all of you here on this platform. And now I would like to request Mr. Bajaj to take the lead and tell us about this baby they have grown this far. And 21 years, it's already 21 years you are there in the market. You have created a big name in the market and to salon industry. So we would like to know from you about the journey and the brand which you have made for us. Over to you, Bajaj sir.
Good afternoon, morning everyone. Actually, हमने ये जो ब्रांड है 2003 में शुरू किया था। तो इसकी शुरुआत एक्चुअली हमारे ना 94-96 में हमारे पास लॉरियल की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन थी। पहले मैं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइन में था, मेरे पास डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन थी, बॉश सैलॉन था, लॉरियल था, कोडैक था, सारी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन थी। लेकिन लॉरियल वालों का एक ना विजन था कि आने वाले टाइम में अपना ब्यूटी इंडस्ट्री सबसे हाई जाएगी। ठीक है, लॉरियल वाले मेरे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं जब से लॉरियल ने इंडिया में लॉन्च किया था। तो लॉरियल ने हमें बताया कि आप इस इंडस्ट्री में आओ। तो हमने 2003 में ये पहला सलून खोला था ट्रेस लॉन्च के नाम से। तो जब हमने पहला सलून खोला तो कुछ लोग थे, उनको थोड़ा रेट का लगता था कि ये इसमें कुछ कम है, सॉरी ज़्यादा है रेट। तो फिर हमने कंपनी वालों से सलाह की तो हमें और भी खोलना चाहिए, जिससे हमारा जो इकोनॉमिकल वाले लोग हैं, मिडिल क्लास वाले हैं, स्टूडेंट वाले हैं, तो उनको हम कैसे कैटर करें। तो कंपनी की सुजेशन से हमने फिर दूसरा ब्रांड खोला, हेयर रेजर। तो आज आज 2024 में आज हमारे दोनों जो सैलून हैं, ट्रेस लॉन्ज एंड हेयर रेजर, वो दोनों अपनी अपनी जगह पे चल रहे हैं। जो ट्रेस लॉन्ज चल रहा है वो बिल्कुल एक लग्जरी सेगमेंट में अंदर आ रहा है, एंड जो हेयर रेजर चल रहा है वो एक मिडिल फैमिली एंड स्टूडेंट एंड जो इकोनॉमिकली चाहते हैं उनके लिए चल रहा है। एंड जो हम ट्रेस लॉन्ज खोलते हैं उसका मिनिमम 5000 स्क्वायर फुट में खोलते हैं, एंड जो हेयर रेजर खोलते हैं वो 1500 से लेकर 2500 में खोलते हैं। तो दोनों का सेगमेंट हमने अलग अलग इसको बनाया हुआ है। लेकिन मार्केट को अपना मतलब देखते हुए ये दोनों चीजें हमने स्टार्ट की है, क्योंकि हमारी कंट्री में आज भी 85-90% जो लोग हैं वो थोड़ा इकोनॉमिकली में जाते हैं, मिडिल फैमिली में जाते हैं। स्टूडेंट को भी लगता है थोड़ा सा हमारा ये थोड़ा सा ब्रांड हमारा एक इकोनॉमिकली होना चाहिए। तो आज हमारे टोटल 42 सैलून है, जिसमें 5-6 हमारे फ्रेंचाइजी की रेनोवेशन चल रही है, एंड 936 एम्प्लॉय हैं हमारे पास। जिसमें हम काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन हमें ये चलते चलते ये बड़ा हुआ एहसास कि हमारे पास जो स्टाफ है, क्योंकि स्टाफ की वजह से हम हैं। अगर हम आज जितना मर्जी पैसा सलून में कर दें, लगा दें, अगर हमारे पास स्टाफ अच्छा नहीं है तो ये इंडस्ट्री में आप कभी भी कामयाब नहीं हो सकते, कभी भी। आज चाहे अपने सलून में आप एक सोना लगा दो, चाहे डायमंड लगा दो, अगर वहां पे आपका स्टाफ अच्छा नहीं है तो हर चीज आपको बिल्कुल वो लगती है। फिर हमने उस विजन को देखते हुए फिर हमने अकेडमी खोलनी शुरू की। आज हमारे पास लॉरियल की अकेडमी है, जो ऑल ओवर इंडिया सिर्फ 16 लोगों के पास है, ओनली 16 लोगों के पास है। तो वहां पे बच्चे हम ट्रेन करते हैं, उसके बाद सब बच्चों को अपने पास ही उनको हम अपने पास रख लेते हैं। और वहां पे डे बाय डे ट्रेनिंग चलती रहती है। हमारी सोच ये होती है कि जो सैलून इंडस्ट्री है बिना ट्रेनिंग के वो बिल्कुल जीरो है। समझो सैलून इंडस्ट्री की जो ट्रेनिंग है वो रीढ़ की हड्डी है। इस करके हम फिर इस हम अपनी एकेडमी के अंदर आए। तो आज हमारे पास एकेडमी इसके साथ भी कर रहे हैं, प्लस गवर्नमेंट के साथ भी कर रहे हैं, स्किल डेवलपमेंट भी कर रहे हैं, एंड काफी लोगों को हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी दे रहे हैं। तो ये हमारी सोच है कि विजन अब हमने इसको आगे बढ़ाना है, ऑल ओवर इंडिया हमने इसको लेके जाना है अपने ब्रांड को।
Thank you so much, Mr. Bajaj. And it was a very impressive start, and what you have done in the last 10 years is very, very impressive. और friends, I'll also request all of you, जो भी आपके questions हैं, आप please लिखिए, हम सारे questions आपसे लेंगे. The company overall has created a very, very strong brand equity. तकरीबन 11 साल से ये एक leading player है नॉर्थ मार्केट में. और चंडीगढ़ है, ट्राई सिटी है, पंजाब हरियाणा के काफी शहरों में इनका
20,
नाम
21
talk about
years.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
21 years.
21 years. Okay. I thought 2000, sorry, 2003. So, friends, we'll take you through the entire business format. क्या opportunity है? So, बजाज साहब ने अपने 2 brands के बारे में बात की है. जो आज हम opportunity आपको present कर रहे हैं वो Tress Lounge को लेके है. We'll also discuss कौन-कौन सी markets में हम जाना चाहते हैं. We'll talk about the entire investment that goes in, the support structure which company is offering. और जो भी क्वेश्चंस आपके रहेंगे आप Q&A बॉक्स में लिखिए, we'll take them live. अपना अगर आप सिटी का नाम भी मेंशन कर सकते हैं, we'll also be happy to take that up and understand what city are you from, and request समर्थ आप लिख के जा रहे हैं आज, who's presenting the business model?
I guess Vikas ji was taking.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Vikas ji is presenting the business model and Samarth will take care of the commercials part.
Hi. Should I share my screen?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, moreover, Mr. Bajaj has already given a brief about the brand. So, I would like to take you through further more details, what this brand is all about. So, basically, we are enjoying the legacy of this brand from the last 21.5 years. So, we have recently celebrated our 21st anniversary, where which was basically joined by the all prominent Bollywood and Bollywood stars. Including Sadi Leon, Sunil Shetty, and Arbaz Khan, and so many other Bollywood stars, Diljit Dosanjh and Kirti Sanan. So, other than that, of course, so we would like to start with a brief presentation. So, this brand was started by Mr. Munish Bajaj. We started in the year of 2003. So, we started with a luxury concept called Tress Lounge, where we have started capturing the luxurious segment of the market. So in 2004, we basically felt the need of basically India has a huge potential, and especially in the mid segment of customers. So we have come up with one more brand called Hair Razor. So we will not cover much about the Hair Razor, but yes, we will cover more about the Tress Launch, like from where the journey began and from like to where we are now. Okay. So, Mr. Munish Bajaj is a managing director of Tress Launch, having almost 29 years of experience in the beauty space. So basically, this is our geographical presence. So as you can see that we have currently 45 plus salons, and we have signed up 10 more salons, which are opening in the mid of February or March. Right. So some salons are already under construction. So they are opening up very, very soon. So the gray portion that you are seeing on the map is basically the potential area where we are trying to capture that area, majorly in the northern Indian market, including Delhi, NCR, and Punjab region. So though we have already entered in the Himachal Pradesh and Haryana through a luxury concept, wherein we are opening our first luxurious salon in Karnal, and the other one is being opened in Himachal Pradesh called which is just a few distance away from the Chintpurni. So these salons are opening right in the mid of March, and we are very, very excited to launch them. So our major focus area would be Delhi NCR, parts of again Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Haryana, of course. So these would be the key markets where we are trying to penetrate very, very aggressively in the next 2 years at least. So this is basically the brand portfolio that we have been servicing with the customers. So we have all the international brands like in the class of Craste, L'Oreal, Casmara, Dior, Bobbi Brown, MAC, GK, Dermalogica, Thalgo, and Matrix. So these brand portfolio is basically used based on the customer profile. So if the customer is looking to get the luxurious experience through a Dermalogica facial, of course, we have all the products to service them. So our major objective is basically say no to any customer, right? Whosoever comes inside the salon has to get the service. So our services starts from 1500, goes till 10,000 or 15,000 rupees of facials. Then we have even better range, even beyond these brands as well. So probably we will be discussing the same. So this is basically a brand categorization of Tress Lounge, wherein we focus, these are the services categorization, like we focus more on hair artistry, makeup, aesthetics, hair spa, beauty, and nail art. So basically we have started the aesthetic services just 3-4 months back. So wherein we have done a significant investment in the brand. And these services are basically being offered in the consultation with the Dermalogica dermalogical doctor in consultation. So we have hired all of them. So basically we have a very strong brand portfolio of doctors, beauticians, and makeup artists who basically help us to drive this brand. So other than, as Mr. Munish has already said, that like our major focus is basically on the empowerment of the people. So we majorly focus on the education part. So we have our academy in association with the Tress Lounge, L'Oreal, wherein we basically drive the course called Art. Art is basically a course that is offered by the L'Oreal, which has a global recognition. So we focus more on the hair artistry, skin and beauty, permanent makeups, aesthetics, and nail arts. So basically this is the curriculum that is being offered in our academy. So people from different parts of India, so they pursue the courses in the different categories. And other than that, basically we have a lot of faculty members who do visit us from the overseas, like Germany, USA, and from other countries, who come here, basically share their experience, share the global trends with our students. And that actually becomes a very differentiator factor for our brand. So now once the student pursue the courses, of course, they can either go for entrepreneurship. So in entrepreneurship, if in case they would be requiring any financial assistance from the brand, probably we do offer them. Or also, a lot of people even in the past have gone to overseas, where these certifications are recognized and plays a very important role for the brand. So our major focus is basically on the academy part, and the objective is basically to drive the education, which is not only helping us to make people grow, but also help us to to go at par with the Indian economy. So that is something that is a very strong differentiator for our brand. So now probably the pictures that you are seeing is of the graduation ceremony at the classroom training, where and if any student basically pursue the courses. So after the courses, probably we celebrate the graduation ceremony. And this graduation ceremony was recently facilitated by Mr. Asim Koshing, who heads the L'Oreal India, based out of Mumbai. And above picture basically represent the classroom training, wherein we focus more on the theoretical along with the practical learning as well. So other than the ART certification, we do have the IOS certification as well. That is also globally recognized. So basically, R is the only academy in Chandigarh that actually offers these two certification across Northern India. So this is a financial snapshot, and both the brands are basically differentiated based on certain parameters like area required and total investment, franchisee fee, royalty, average rate of average ROI, and payback period and contract period. This is basically that highlights the minimum investment that we are attracting, that we would be needing at least to help the franchisee to associate with us. And what basically we are looking for is, like, we are looking for the partners who have a strong business development and understanding about the CRM skills with the sufficient funds, or we are attracting basically the young entrepreneurs with passion for salon and grooming industry. And or maybe we are looking for some developers or kind of builders who owns the noticeable property or the chunk of land, and they are basically looking for the expansion plans as well. So else we are looking for some independent salon partners who are basically looking to upgrade their own salons in the emerging markets, or the existing salons as well. So also we are looking for the partners with a prior experience and knowledge in the salon and personal care industry. So basically this is the kind of portfolio of people that we are looking to associate with, because what we want is basically, we only don't want to grow ourselves only, but we want our people to grow as well on the similar lines. So this is our motive. So what we basically why somebody should partner with us? Of course, these are the reasons mentioned. This is basically fastest growing Northern Indian brand. That is basically the emerging brand, you can say, with 45 plus locations. So we have already signed up 10 more salons. So the number has already reached 55 plus. So we are eyeing on 45 more salons in the coming 2 years, just to make sure that at least we should have a key presence across the different markets, especially Delhi NCR as well. So we also enjoy the legacy of the brand from the last 21.5 years. So basically we have a record of successfully operating the salons with a desired profitability. So we are also offering the royalty support for first 3 months. So basically that is the time period wherein the franchisee takes time to understand the dynamics of the business and takes time to adjust in the business as well. So this is a settle down period as well, you can say. Based on our association with the L'Oreal from the last 29 plus years, so basically we do offer them 15 to 18% additional discount on the L'Oreal product. That is over and above the distribution discount. So this discount basically is based on purely on our goodwill. So that is a lifetime support to any of the franchisee. So we have basically proven business model combined with exceptional operational standards and support. So if in case you get to visit any of our salon across Tri-City, Punjab and Haryana, of course, you will be amazed to see the standards that we have been maintaining. We have a complete support staff in terms of operation, HR and accounts, who will be helping us basically in the background of the brand to drive the growth of the brand. So this business, of course, has witnessed very high returns on investment and assured financial stability as well. So the investment somebody makes, may gets recovered in 2.5 or max 3 years. So this is the financial model that we have been attracting. So we have multiple revenue streams, including salon and makeup academy. So one can also go for a makeup academy, of course. That is also another business opportunity. So we have a competitive edge and access to all the most advanced technology. So we have been, spending significantly on on bringing the advancement in the technology, just to make sure that customers should have a very smooth checkouts and we should have all the records of the customer. So we have an end-to-end and 360 support in terms of operation, HR, and franchisee management. So if in case somebody is having no experience with the salon industries, can also look to associate with us. So our presence of the team basically ensures that he should get all the desired support in terms of driving the salon operations. So on the right hand side, basically the comprehensive brand support that we do offer. So we do, as I discussed, basically we do complete hand holding in the initial stage around client service, product knowledge, and branded experience. Also at the same time, basically assistance in the site finalization. So once probably somebody offers us a site, so we do send our own architect. The architect is basically one of the prominent architect of the Tri-City, who helps us basically drawing the layout of that particular location. So once the layout is done, of course, probably we do propose the certain changes based on our understanding. That is in line with the Tress Launch. So so basically once when the franchisee associates with us, of course, he gets all the support in terms of manpower hiring. So we are responsible for onboarding all the manpower on board. We do train them in our academy. Also, we do focus more on the service etiquettes and sharpening their grooming skills. So this is our focus more on these parameters. We do basically, ensure that the franchisee is supported with 360-degree marketing supported. So we have a dedicated marketing team. So some people are involved in the event marketing and other people are involved in the Instagram and Facebook marketing. We make sure that the desired footfall that we have projected before the start of the business should be achieved at any cost, right? So we have a periodic training. So people from all around the globe, they do visit us just to share their insights and the global experience and the knowledge they do carry. So this actually differentiates us from the other key brands. Basically, we do focus more on the skill set, grooming their skill set, sharpening their existing skills, inculcating a lot of confidence in them. And also at the same time, they basically get to understand the global, the trends that are actually in the that are in the demand. So we do have 18% extra discount. We have already discussed on this. Other than that, we are also offering the franchisee with the complete POP material, like the display walls where the brand can be displayed. So we do offer them. We have some POP material that basically beautifies the salon. So all the material will have a L'Oreal branding based on the business model to business model. So we do offer them the IT billing, complete IT software. The person will also get to access the analytics of the business. So how many customers are coming, who has come last month, who has not come last month. Probably we do have a technology, a very advanced technology to automate the SMS sending to the customers who have visited last month but they missed to visit this month as well. So by doing though, of course, this is basically very comprehensive support from our side. So this is just a glimpse of celebrity launch. So recently, Mr. B. Prak, who has sung some famous songs in Kesari movie, and recently the movie featured in Ranbir Kapoor. So Mr. Parmesh Verma, Arbaz Khan, Sunil Shetty, and this Sunny Leon, and Vidya Balan was also here for some time. So Mr. Ashmit Bajaj, who is also director of Tress Launch, he was recently awarded the Young Entrepreneur of 2024 by Harnas Sandhu. She is the Miss Universe. Mr. Bajaj is also featured in one of the prominent magazines and recently been awarded by Mr. Shashi Tharoor. So otherwise, other than that, he usually gets featured in the key magazines of Delhi NCR Tri-City. So that's it from the brand side. So if in case there are any questions, I would like to respond them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vikas. Just to add on to this, when we're talking about the models and the approach which is there, so for everyone's reference, what we're looking at as a setup, there are two key models. The main focus on Tress Lounge, which is the experience, luxury experience that we're able to offer to the customers at a very competitive and affordable price point as well, given the level of service execution that we're able to do through these outlets which we have. So there are two key models that we had looked at. Main focus Tress Lounge, which is about a 2,000 square feet office space that we're looking into. That is the overall model. The flow would be a franchise-owned, franchise-operated model, which is a FOFO model. In this, the day-to-day operation, execution of the services after the training programs and the handholding have been done is something that the partner is expected to do. The brand would be supporting at the back end with the periodic refresher training, the pre-opening training, and others to have the right staff for you when we start operating at your locations. We'll also have the IT, billing, and other support also provided to you, be it the marketing influencer and others also to generate that kind of customer pull and brand pull. But what we expect is for you to handle the location that you're at, the day-to-day operation, maintaining the hygiene and maintaining the level of standard that we've established over the years, and continue to do that at your location as well. So a franchise-owned, franchise-operated model, investment is something that you'll have to do. So when we talk about the investment itself, depending upon the location as well, it would be there. So when we're looking at key bigger cities, we are looking about a 70 odd lakh of investment. So as we saw in the presentation also that Mr. Vikas was going through. So when we talk about 70 lakh rupees, the one-time franchise fee is about 12 lakh rupees that everybody has to pay. Within the 12 lakh rupees, we have a comprehensive training program. We have different marketing and other support that we do so that we get the initial push as well in the outlet and the location that you are in. And we are more focusing and reinvesting it into the business so that each and every partner is successful at their location and they're able to get that kind of service execution itself. So be it you running it yourself, but all the support, the initial training and everything is provided by the brand. The marketing is also there. So this is on the setup, which is the primary cost that we see and the initial supply. So there are additional expenditures, be it your equipment, which is 5 to 10 lakh rupees with your, be it your service equipment, you have your supplies, you have your IT, POS and other equipment which will also be required. Your fit out would also include, as we had looked at, so L'Oreal branding would also be there in certain location, and the setup, how we represent ourselves as a branding would also be there. Your furniture, fixtures and others would be your primary expenditure, which is about a 40 to 50 lakh rupees of an investment on your fit out and other expense. So overall over here, it's a very good opportunity that we have and see for our partners as well. There is added support. So when we even say a royalty amount, a royalty would be about a 5% of royalty would be there. But very important to understand over here is a 3 months of support, which is provided to each and every partner. Which is there. So that 3 months is the initial period, the hand-holding stage and the initial stage after you undergo the comprehensive training is still a requirement where you need to see and take over the responsibilities, how you execute the services. So that 3 months is something that we support where we don't charge you a royalty amount over there. And then post that period, we start with the royalties and other amount when you have a good hold of the business, how we need to operate and how we need to successfully run and see the customer base as well coming and getting very awareness created in the market as well. So that is the investment. But yes, as we said, if anybody is interested in the smaller models as well, which is about 1,000 square feet of space, 1,000 square feet would require an investment starting from about 36 to 40 lakh. Would be there. Over here, the investment basically it would be more 8 lakh rupees is the franchise fee as compared to 12 lakh over there in Tress Lounge. 8 lakh rupees again would be reinvested to develop the partner in the market with the marketing, the training and other activities which would be there so that the partner is successful at their locations. over here we have the opportunity to also target tier 2 or cities as well if you are looking for those locations, though the city is listed by Mr. Vikas as well. So if you're coming with that, so we can have premium location, premium experience as well. And even with a smaller setup, we offer that kind of experience, and the quality would still be maintained in this location. The setup would be different, would be very compatible for people who are looking for a very good opportunity in tier 2 cities as well. So over here, 8 lakh rupees is the franchise fee. The rest goes into your equipment, which is again 3 to 5 lakh rupees goes into your IT and other service equipments. And then your fit out would be additional 25 lakh rupees in your fit out and other expenses which will be there. Marketing support is always important, be it at the local level and the central level. Local level with the brand's support and guidance is something that we can also expect our partners to execute the policies and the marketing plan that they are confident in over the years of experience and expertise that they have is something that we pass down and to our partners and also execute in their local market. While centrally with the partnership association, the advantage that we get with our strategic tie-ups that we've been able to maintain and the additional discount serves as a additional revenue stream for each and every partner where they can earn more and save more on the costing. So overall costing is also something that you are able to control through these partnerships. So the investment that we are looking into, be it a 36 to 40 for a smaller or maybe about a 70 odd lakh rupees for a bigger model. So investment varies on the market and the potential, but what we expect and what we would want our partner as a reasonable expectation is to get the payback period within a 2 years of time frame. Which is there, and the brand would be supporting you throughout that, so that each and every partner, be it a tier 1 or a tier 2 city, are able to get that customer pull and get that positive business over a long period of time. That is a solution that we are looking into. Complete handholding, initially the training, the quality, the support and the tie-up which is there. And for all our partners, that is a support that we can expect. We'll open it to everybody. Any questions that you have, feel free to put it in the Q&A box, and we'll be happy to answer and hand it over to Miss Sonia to take over.
Thank you, Samath. Friends, we'll take some questions. I was reading some of the questions that you have posted. You can keep writing in. I'll also request if you can mention your city. And can we remove the presentation from the screen? Someone, I don't know who has an access to it.
Mr. Vikas, can we?
Ashia.
Yes.
So the first question is basically, are we offering the franchisee of Academy as well? So basically, we have, yes, we are offering the franchisee of the Academy, but this is basically an association with the L'Oreal. So we have to get the desired approval from the brand itself. So in that case, we would be requiring the comprehensive profile of the investors. So and their interest accordingly, that can be basically shared with the brand, and accordingly we get the approval, right? So
Let me take these questions. My questions let you. I'll take these questions.
Can you just stop sharing the presentation in the background so that we can start the Q&A?
Right. So I'll take some questions, and maybe in terms of whatever discussion has taken place on the financials, we'll like to go a little more deeper for the understanding of how the entire unit economics of a salon actually works. So friends, just to summarize everything, if you look at the overall salon as an industry, the micro competition in the industry, especially when it comes to salon, is very high. So it is very important to position yourself as a brand, what you stand for, to create that loyalty and a repeat client base. And this is what Tress Lounge has achieved with their relentless effort to position itself as a brand of choice amongst its customer base. The overall categorization includes, on the very bottom pyramid, your value chains, which is no-frill salons, and then comes your neighborhood salons, which is around a captive audience, and then comes a segment of premium luxury salons. When you look at the premium segment, the luxury segment, the competition is very, very low. And so is the entry barrier, which is higher, than the other salons, which is no frill and neighborhood, because the entry barrier anybody can get, and the cost also is low. So the premium segment has a higher barrier entry, and comparatively your competition in this segment is low. And overall, on the service offering, we have hair, we have skin, we have makeup, and we're also adding aesthetics, right? So largely, when you look at salons, your larger revenue comes from broadly two services, which is hair and skin. They've maximized the offering, and we'll take it up in terms of what format would have all these offerings, because if we have two formats, so 1,000 square feet, which is the value format, and then we have 2,000 square feet, which is for Tress Lounge. And the investment between the two is 35 lakhs for 1,000 square feet and about 70 lakhs for your bigger format. So Vikashji, in terms of services that we are offering, we talked about hair, skin, nail, makeup, and aesthetics. If you can help us to understand typical, what is the offer in terms of your service mix and the percentage thereof. These are 5 broader services that we offer. In the entire revenue flow, for example, 100 rupees, what is contributed by each of these services? And also, if you can help us to understand the margin on the service mix.
So yes, ma'am. So basically, so in a very layman language, so if in case we get a sale of course, 10 lakh rupees. So out of that 10 lakh, the major contributors are hair and the beauty, right? Like hair covers the haircut, beard trimming, massages, right? This is all being basically covered in the hair, and the new styles and the innovation styles as well. So wherein the beauty covers the facials and the skin treatments that are very, very expensive, like Botox, permanent makeovers, and some particularly any particular skin type treatments, like somebody is going through some acne issues. So probably we have different solutions for them. So we have also a personalization of services where the client basically that is designed basically based on the different clients. So we have recently started just 3-4 months ago, we have started the aesthetic services. So we are just basically servicing few of the customers, because like we have yet not started in a very full-fledged swing. So we are though looking for a very different salon, kind of luxury salon, where this treatment can be, exclusive treatment can be given, right? Along with it, our this major revenue also, comes from the bridal makeups. So that is based on the season, right? That varies from season to season. Because if we look at the season, like from October, this starts and goes till mid-March, right? So we do get a lot of bridal makeups. That bridal makeups covers like the party makeups, wedding makeups, and if in case the customer is not able to come, so we also have that convenience to send our team to the customer's location, just to make sure that we should not lose that client, right? And we do offer the packages as well, right? So the packages do covers like the charges that we are charging, along what complementary we are giving. Like we have recently introduced like 1 lakh package along with 1 lakh services that is free of cost. So we have sold almost 10 packages. So major contributors are hair and skin, and that contributes to almost 60% of the business. The rest of the 40% business constitutes are basically the nail, the bridal makeup, and the academy. That is also contributing in terms of the new student registrations and all. So this is basically majorly a breakup of that business.
Helpful. And the second, because I see also a lot of our people who are prospects keen to also understand how the return on the investment comes into play. And to get that understanding, if I can ask you to explain how the overall operating expense works out, right? And between the two formats that we have, what kind of average sales do we expect, for a 1,000 square feet on an average? What kind of sales, comfortably you think we should be able to consider? And maybe the first 2 or 3 months, I understand, would also be gestation time for a salon, to come to optimum performance. What would that be for both the formats?
Right. So for luxury format, so basically the major part of the P&L is basically the rent and the salaries, right? The salaries more or less remains the constant based on 2,000 square feet. if in case the area increases, of course the proportionately the headcount also increases, right? Point number one. Point number two is basically this also matters like in which market we are entering. So there are certain markets which have already been grown, right? So their rentals are quite higher. So we just try to refrain to take their entries unless that is not very special market for us. Secondly, we always look for a market which is basically at the growing stage or emerging stage, right? Where the rent should not exceed more than 10% of the total revenue, right?
10% of the total revenue. Okay.
Total revenue. Yes, 10% of the total revenue. So now if we look at the break even of the salon, basically, so break even of the salon comes at like, if you basically add rent and salaries that contribute to almost 18 to 20% overall, right? And the rest, basically, we have certain utilities and we have basically product use as well. So basically there is a consumption of the product, right? So so our break even goes to somewhere around 5.5 lakh rupees, right? Approximately 5.5 lakh rupees, considering 2000 square feet of area, right? So if the area increases, the expense also it increases proportionately, but somehow it remains the same, right? So now that the business in the 2000 square feet of area that we project is the minimum at least 15 lakhs. 15 lakh means like we should be requiring at least 2500 of customers every day, right? And we would be I mean, in the total, of course, if we are able to serve 750 customers in a month with an average transaction size of 2000 rupees, I think that's enough for us just to make sure that we would be recovering all the money in 2.5 years, the investment I'm talking about.
So which means the rentals, if we consider 15 lakhs as a benchmark, so you said the rental should be around 10 odd percent. So would that mean we're looking at locations which would come in a rental of what, 75 rupees per square feet, which would translate to what, 1.5 lakhs per month?
So that
or
basically
we should also take a higher benchmark if you're looking for a premium location, because even the efficiency at that location or the throughput, as we call the business, might be higher than 15 lakhs.
So basically, the locations, the rentals that we always look for, that varies from market to market or tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities,
Correct.
right? So if in case we are entering in tier 3 cities, the rentals are starting from 40 to 50 rupees, right? And goes till 80 rupees in the premium markets. Wherein the markets like tier 2 cities like Chandigarh, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, so where the rentals are quite high based on the market to market, we do have a rent somewhere around 80 to 100 rupees.
Okay.
See, basically, so if in case we are paying the higher rentals, of course, we are projecting the higher sales as well, because the higher rentals are only designed for the markets that have already been matured, right? And they are already, basically, there are other brands of the competition as well who are basically driving the good sales number as well. So we basically do, when we make the projections, we do take a lot of parts into consideration, like how much competition is doing, how's the market size, what sort of customers are being visited by that market, and what is the class of that customer. That customer is elite customer, mid segment customer, or a price conscious customer. We do basically design the entire report. That report will have a complete understanding about that particular market, right? Then the decisions are basically taken based on that understanding.
Vikash, हमारा cost of consumables क्या रहता है in the overall service segment?
So the
अगर हमारा 10
cost
लाख या 15 लाख का sale है तो उसमें cost of consumables would be almost, what
maximum 1.5 lakh in a 15 lakhs of sales.
I would say about 10% आपका 10 to 12% के बीच में
Yes,
आपका
yes,
cost
yes.
of consumables रहता है. So
So
friend, just
that-
to हाँ जी, sorry.
That varies from 10 to 15%. Yes.
And just to kind of sum this together, when we talk about all the operating expenses, there's an occupancy cost which can be about 10 to 15%. We have a cost of consumables which is anything between 10 to 12%. There's a cost of the salary, and comparatively the cost of salary is higher. You need enough staff and sufficient staff for the salon based on the services that are being offered. But 15% is something that we can take safely as your cost towards your employee cost. And then we have utility, electricity, which can be in the tune of 5% odd. And then there is a cost of product. So we talked about the products which are L'Oreal products. So anybody can even buy, all your customers who walk into the outlet can also buy these products off the shelf. And for a franchisee, Vikasji, typical margins on the product would be to the tune of how much?
So the margin basically, ma'am, remains, that varies from like 30 to 40%, right? Basically, that only if in case we do focus more on the shrinkage part. Shrinkage part means like if the customer is basically coming to get any particular service. So basically, we have basically developed a mechanism in this. Mechanism is what mechanism defines is basically. So we would be first of all making his job card. That job card goes to the inventory team downstairs. That person who is handling that particular client will be carrying that job card. Coming to the inventory team, that handing the same job card to the inventory manager. The job of the inventory manager is to make sure that the required, the consumables, the required consumables to be used on any particular services to be given to the staff based on its usage, right? This way, first of all, you are protecting the shrinkage of your store. So you are not handing over the complete inventory box to the staff. That is one aspect of the business. Now, point number 2 is basically so how this inventory is being managed. Like we have a direct distribution, so we have a master franchises here in every city. So it is our job once the inventory is. Our job is basically to get the inventory mapped with the master franchisee. Once the master franchisee basically dispatch the goods, ultimately he will be passing on the additional discount like 18%. That is a lifetime discount that is based on our goodwill to the existing client, right? By doing so, of course, if the client gets the 15% of distribution margin and additional 18% margin from our side, probably he gets the absolute discount of 30%. That is a win-win situation. Now, if in case he is able to sell a goods of 4 to 5 lakhs, because we don't only use the consumables, we do sell the consumables as well. So there is an inventory for the retail counters as well, right? So now we have handholded our staff in a manner that, so basically they guide the clients based on their requirements, like what all sort of products to be used, what is typically suitable for that particular skin. Is it suitable for dry skin or oily skin? So basically our guy has to understand the requirement of the customer, and then based on that, probably he should be passing on the same suggestions. So this way, I think the driving of business and the opportunity, that we explore through this channel becomes very, very humongous.
See, I'll take a question also on I think there's a monthly revenue. One of our participants is asking. Now, taking an example of our existing centers that we are running between the two formats, what is the average sales between the smaller and the premium?
Ma'am, so I would be majorly talking about the luxury segment, Tress Lounge. So, ma'am, we have certain salons where the sale is being recorded at 50 lakh rupees a month, like the Sector 8, that is a prominent market in Madhya Marg, Chandigarh. So we usually get 50 lakh rupees of sales. And if in case we are in the middle of the season, of course, the sale, we are likely to see an increment of 30% more, especially in the season, right? In 5-6 months.
Yes.
Right. So other than that, we usually get a sale of 20 to 25 lakh rupees a month, right? Some salons, those who are doing the bare minimum is like 12 lakh rupees. But still the best part is that none of the salon even has ever winded up in the journey of 23 years, right? Just because of the fact that we have been supporting them wholeheartedly. We have a comprehensive team that actually sits in our corporate head office. whose job is to make sure that the franchisee gets all the support at all times, whether it's a staff requirement or a training or any particular sport that the franchise is looking for. Third is basically, ma'am, now in the mid segment of the model, the hair razor, the maximum sale that we have been witnessing is 25 lakh. That too in Sector 9 main Madhyamag office. Sector 9 hair razor is basically designed for the luxurious experience. So we do have a luxe model as well in the hair razors, but that too in the smaller square feet, like 1000 square feet, right? So the ambience is where the ambience is and the architecture is given a very unique look. So the minimum sale that we basically project in hair razor is basically 9 to 10 lakh rupees.
Okay, very helpful.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just take one more question, and rather, friends, just to make you understand also on the rental piece. So whenever you're looking at a location, your rental to sales ratio or throughput ideally should be about 9 to 10x, right? अगर आपका 1 लाख का rental है, तो तकरीबन आपका 9 से 10 लाख का sale उसमें आपका निकलना चाहिए. You'll be profitable. So that is the ideal thumb rule which should be followed. And because your overall gross margins हम क्या देख रहे हैं इसमें? If we look at overall expenses, हमारे gross margins after taking out all these expenses, which is obviously before depreciation and taxes, हमारा क्या net बचता है?
So net, ma'am, so basically there is a net margin of more than 22 to 25%. That varies. The gross margin comes at like 41 to 45%, right? So this also involve the marketing cost and the depreciation as well on the current assets that we oversee. But basically, this is basically such industry that we have to have some we have to have allocate the certain amount of budget on the marketing expense, because if we are spending, I mean, 1x on the marketing, we are getting 10x results on the marketing as an outcome. So we do have a very significant budgets on the marketing as well. So because we have seen the brand turn around in the last 3 years by spending some amount of marketing. So we do have certain budgets in the marketing as well.
So Sashi, before we close, my request करूँ कोई message आप सब लोगों को आप देना चाहते हैं? We have people are also listening live on YouTube. Any message that you want to share with everybody who's listening to you? And friends, my request to all of you would also be, if you need more information, please reach out to us. We have Bhanu, who is heading our region, which is Tri-City and Up North, his team, and he would also be reaching out to everybody who's shown interest. And Vikashi, over to you for your final remarks. Any message that you want to give before we close?
So I would basically, I would like to invite the franchisee proposal to all the people who are basically there on the call. Not just the fact that we are looking to expand our business only through the franchises. The franchisee basically has an equal opportunity to connect with any one of us, including the owner. So we don't have basically the extended hierarchies in our organization. So one can have an open opportunity to basically connect directly with the owner. Secondly, the support and the offering that we have been offering in franchisee business is very, very unique. And we have a legacy of the business. We have been successfully running the salon operations in the last 21 years. And the best part is that even during the COVID wave, when all the brands were struggling very, very badly, so even our franchisees were very, very happy because we have not been, charging any sort of royalty from them. So they are just like a family. So we have always treated them just like our family. So we do work like a family and make sure that whatever we do, we do it with utmost transparency and with an objective of making somebody grow as well. So our objective is not only to grow ourselves, our objective is basically to grow and make somebody grow who is associated with us. That's it from our side, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kashi, for coming in. And before we close, I'll also request Neha for your concluding remarks. Thank you, friends, for being with us. We also shared our hotline, our email ID in the chat box. Feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you, Mr. Vikas. Thanks, Mr. Bajaj, for joining in. Thank you so much, and Mr. Bhanu, for coming on this webinar and sharing so much details related to brand. Guys, our team is going to get in touch with you within a day or two to take the conversation further and to connect you directly with the brand. I have shared the contact details. You can directly reach out to our hotline number, and you can also write us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Tomorrow, again, we are coming up with a new business opportunity with 4 copies. I have shared the registration link into the chat window. You can click on the registration link and you can get yourself registered in advance to explore this opportunity tomorrow at 12 p.m. Thank you so much for your time. I am sure that the brand detail which we have shared with you today are going to help you in taking decision over your business. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you will all have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.